Hi guys, welcome to A Dash of Colors. My name is Mimi. I know it has been a really long time. Yeah, I promised during the last podcast that I was going to be more frequent with my podcast, but I've had a little bit of setbacks, so I had to go off podcasting for a while. But I'm glad to be talking to you guys today because I'll be sharing something very important today, and I would want to call this healing. I know how much I've said about my traumatic experiences in the past and how I keep dwelling on them and how it's been so difficult for me to get past all those feelings, all those hurtful things that have happened to me recently. The amazing thing about it is the feelings do not get any better. I have tried to actually move on or move out of that state, but I constantly find myself dwelling on it, maybe because it was quite traumatic for me. And I've had people tell me how much I need to move on, how much I have to focus on recovery and doing so much more for myself. But what these guys do not understand is it seems like I lost my willpower to do a lot of things after all those things happened to me. And that is where healing comes in. Healing is a state of wholeness where you feel like you've completely moved on from a lot of hurtful things, not because you've forgotten them, but because you've come in terms or in reality with those things. It's like, okay, these things are this, or it happened this way, and from now on I'm going to look at it as this and treat it as that. That's basically what healing is to me. And this past few months I really did not want to heal because I felt like healing would mean less punishment for me, and I've always been trying to punish myself for all the terrible choices I made in the past. But the amazing thing is I have not been able to move away from that particular state that I have been in. So today in particular, I got to speak to one of the people who actually scammed me of money, and I've actually been following her on Instagram for a very long time, and then she had no idea that I was actually following her. But all those months that everything happened, that I was following her, I kept reporting her page, and I noticed that Instagram kept removing some of her content, keeps deleting her posts, and she gets her accounts back, and then I just keep reporting her posts without actually talking to her because I felt some form of resentment towards her, because I felt like she was the reason why my life was ruined, and I really did not have the words to say things to her. But I kept reporting her page as a way of showing how much I resented her. So, but today I don't know, I have actually been feeling so depressed lately, so I decided I was going to talk. So I sent her a message, and I was very hurt when I was saying all those things to her, and I told her that I was grateful that she ruined everything about my life. And then she started talking about how much God has done this, how much she has found peace in God. And then all those things irritated me the more, and I got very pissed, even at God, because I felt like he was the same person I came to 6 months ago when every shit was going on. And I actually spoke to him and I told him, hey, this is what I'm going through, please can you get me out of this mess? And he ignored me. And now I'm talking to this same scammer, and now she's telling me that she has found peace in God, she has made peace with God. And then God, man, I was so pissed, I was so irritated. I had to take screenshots of my conversations and I posted them on WhatsApp. And then I got some reactions from people who were telling me I shouldn't be posting things like that. Oh, this is the reason why I'll always be miserable, blah, 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 blah. And I just kept telling them that I really do not care about their opinions, and however it is I choose to grieve is absolutely nobody's business. So it's been like that. So after I spoke to her today and she said those things to me, she said God did this, God has forgiven her, how she's in a triple of the mess that I feel like I'm in, and then so many other things. She said if I feel like I'm feeling one, that she's been feeling hundreds of it, and then so many other things, and how God is the ultimate and how there's nothing impossible for God to do. I don't know, I felt like she made fun of God, and really I hope God sees it that way, because this particular girl alongside her boyfriend had actually hurt a lot of people, including me, and now she's saying that God has forgotten and forgiven her. I don't know how I feel about that, but I feel like that's simply very messed up, especially because they are not even talking about giving us back our monies. But at the end of the day, when I told her all that, I actually felt relieved. I actually felt a form of healing. I felt peace at that moment. I felt like something had just left my chest, because I've actually been following her for the past 6 months, and I have only reported her page for those 6 months and nothing more. I've only hated her. I don't know if I still hate her, but the important thing to me right now is that I feel like a particular thing that I've been carrying around, a particular burden I've been carrying around, I actually dropped it today. And that's why I'm making this podcast, because I want people to understand that healing doesn't have to be deliberate all the time. It can always come to you when you least expect it. I'm not saying I'm completely whole, but to an extent, I feel like I have actually accepted my reality today. And after talking to her and hearing the bullshit she had to say about everything, I feel like I am free to an extent, even though I still have the backlash. Actually, someone sent me a message. I think it was yesterday after church. I just go back and then I opened my phone and I got a thread. Someone was threatening to do this to me, to whatever. I saw all that and I replied to the person. I said, I'm at a very stage in my life where I am not afraid of anything anymore, because I have already lost everything and there's nothing left for me to lose except my life. If he feels killing me would bring money or whatever, he should please go ahead and do that, because I've gotten to a point where I really I am so burnt out that I do not care anymore. So healing is something really special, and I hope I finally get through with it this time around. But I felt a form of relief after I had that conversation, even though it was fruitless. But I felt like I needed to let all those things out of my chest, and I did that today. So I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what your own traumatic experience is, but most times, instead of running away from your situation, try and confront your situation sometimes. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you actually enjoyed today's podcast. And I am also using this medium to talk to every other person that may have been affected by whatever thing that has happened to me. I am sincerely very sorry for whatever shit you're in. I am in worse, but I hope that one day I'll be able to return the favor and be able to pay back for whatever mess I have actually put you through. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, have a lovely day or night. And it's your host, Mimi.